What's up, shitheads? It's Ryan and Travis back with another episode of Dudes Talking Shit. This is episode number 30.
Woo, 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 woo. Man, it's going to be really exciting to hit 52. That's the big one.
Ray Lewis?
What?
Are we going to do the Ray Lewis dance together?
What's the Ray Lewis dance?
Carry on.
Man, this is going to be so good when we switch
Oh,
to video
52 because of the
format.
weeks of the year.
Yeah.
I thought you were cooler than...
No, 52 because that'll be our 1 year reunion.
Yes.
Marathon? Bullshit? Celebration?
Anniversary?
We need to do something special for the 1 year episode.
I don't know what.
We'll figure it out. We got time.
We'll do it upside down.
Still
Like,
got
we'll
20
stand on our heads.
Still got 22 weeks to figure it out.
22.
Feeling 22.
We're coworkers again. We were just talking about it.
It's so much fun.
We work together again.
This is the first time in a year and a half that I legitimately, every day this week, have been excited to go to work. I even went to work on my day off.
You didn't do shit that day.
I didn't do
You
shit.
pretty much stood around for 20 minutes and then left. But,
Well, I came in because I fucking had an appointment.
All
But
right.
anyways, it all went sideways.
yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah, fuck them. But yeah, man, it's been great. I've had this was a great week. I'm a happy lad today.
Good on you. We had a fucking conversation that sort of had at work, but I wanted to have it rest of the way here.
Yeah, I've been really trying to avoid in-depth conversations with you at work.
So that we can wait for this?
Yeah, because
I've got endless supplies because I could just talk all fucking day.
I know. We talked about this with Matt at work.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Matt, who's been on, we all work together.
Neat.
Incestuous. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, so I can't remember what your answer was because I did ask you earlier this week. But for anyone listening, I want you all to think, and I want you to think too, Travis. I don't want you to tell me what the actual name of it is. I just want you to tell me what you and your family have called this your entire lives. The thing that changes channels for the television.
Clicker.
Your family calls it a clicker.
Yeah, but now me and Stephanie call it the remote.
Just remote? There's never remote control?
No, pass me the remote.
It's never remote control, though?
No.
What about controller?
Pass me the controller. No.
No?
Because a controller is what you play video games with.
See, that's so funny. Like, I agree. But I think so my dad calls it a butler. So for a lot of years,
Yes.
I called it a butler.
Yeah.
And then in the past, I don't know, a couple of years is when it kind of faded out for me. And now I just call it a controller.
Controller?
It's a controller for me.
That's weird. No, I would never call it like my PlayStation controller.
That's a controller too.
That's a controller.
There's lots of controllers.
Yeah.
This controls that.
We
This
call
controls
it the
this.
remote. My dad, I don't know. He always called it the clicker or the flicker.
Flicker or clicker.
Yeah.
There's an extra icker.
Pass me the clicker. My dad is a bad fucking channel surfer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
I'm the
so
same way.
annoying.
It's because men are hunters. You know, I could find out if I want to watch that show or not in like probably less than 8 seconds of me watching it.
But do you know what's really weird? I can honestly say, other than sports, I don't watch cable television.
I easily could because there's lots of shows I like shows that I will never go out of my way to watch them. I'll never press record if
Yeah.
I'm I don't really channel surf either. But in the event that I randomly am, I have no problem watching them. Like Cold Case Files, the first 48, a lot of shows on A&E. In fact, like a lot of History Channel shows.
You had a weird fucking CSI kick there for a little
I
bit,
watched
too.
every single episode of the Las Vegas and then the Miami one.
That was during COVID.
No, that was around Christmas.
That was around Christmas. What were you super into over COVID? Tiger King.
Oh yeah, so yes, but the very first day of COVID, like the day of like a layoff day,
Yeah.
was a Saturday for me. And by lunchtime that day, I had watched the entire series of Tiger King, 2 Aaron Hernandez documentaries, and 1 episode of Drive to Survive, the F1 documentary.
Oh, such a good
By
program.
lunchtime, I had watched all that. Because I wake up at like 5:30 in the morning. So like we're
Yeah.
talking like 10 hours. Like,
Yeah.
no. How long is it? I don't know how the math on that is. But anyway, I watched that whole thing.
Yeah, man, Tiger King, that was fucked. That's so weird that was at the beginning of COVID now.
Yeah, that was like the only thing that people cared more about this Tiger King thing
Than COVID.
than fucking COVID. And it was like, that was at like the worst point of COVID, like globally.
Man,
That's when Italy was like getting completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Asia was still fucked.
things aren't going well again now. Shit's kind of hit the fan again.
Is it globally? Because
Yeah.
I don't look up international. I don't look at news, period. But like anything that gets thrown in my face is all U.S. or Canada.
Yeah. No, I think
Not even all of Canada.
I
just
think shit's
local.
going sideways in
yeah?
Europe and stuff again now.
It's
Yeah.
because they're kissers. They like to
They
kiss
are
each other
kissers.
hello and goodbye. It's
Yeah.
fucked.
Australia and New Zealand, I think, are pretty cool right now. Like everything's going okay, but that's because they're going into their summer.
Yes.
So
It started in summer for them, I suppose, right?
yeah, but it didn't like kick off.
Or it started at the end of summer for them.
Yeah, in Australia and stuff, it got really bad in like June, July, and August. And now it's getting better because they're gotten into summertime.
Fuck. I saw a GIF today or yesterday about a U.S. air traffic right now for like Black Friday, for Thanksgiving weekend and all that for Americans. And it's insane. Like, no wonder it's fucking spreading so much still. Like,
No one cares.
no,
down there.
I actually like, part of me kind of blames the rest of the world getting a wave too on America. Because Canada, like the whole country, had it pretty much under control.
Yeah.
Even the most populated areas like Montreal and Toronto, at one point they had it pretty damn under control.
Yeah.
Most of Europe had it. It was gone for a good while, like
Well,
or not
what-
gone, but it was
what-
like it
what
was
you
seriously
can
limited.
Tie it into though is like the fall, so people start doing stuff inside, but people were still being chill because over the summer, like it was great. We were going out, eating on patios, drinking, like having a good time, going to beaches, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
But everybody in those situations, you're kind of socially distanced anyways, and you're outside. So it's not as bad. But of course, as soon as people started moving back inside, as soon as kids went back to school, hockey started back up, like all these different things. And that's when we saw it all kind of fucking kick off again. But it's been kind of fucked. Like, I've come across a fair amount of people. So, for our listeners outside of Atlantic Canada, we had this thing called the Atlantic Bubble through the summer, through late spring, and just up until like a week ago, where basically you could travel freely without isolation between New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, and Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah.
But the rule was if you came into the Atlantic Bubble, you had to quarantine for 14 days.
Yep.
But people just weren't respecting it, and we got away with it in the summer. But now we can't because everybody's moved back inside.
Yeah. It's fucked up. So I know lately here a big hot spot or big problem with community spread essentially has been thanks to restaurants. Restaurants
Yeah.
were the big catalyst of
Bars in general, though.
Yes.
And they think after 10.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm seeing a weird correlation with, because it's not just like bars, but because there are a lot of restaurants too.
Yeah.
Like that, yes, you can buy alcohol at them, but they're not
They're sit-down places.
right. You
Yeah.
don't go there to get lit.
No.
I'm noticing a huge correlation of places that force you to tip. Nice. That was like
Anita, that one's for you.
places that force you to tip seem to be a big problem because you're touching those machines. You can't just tap your card. Think about this. I haven't heard of even one case of like a fast food
In
restaurant
like a
like
Subway and McDick's.
McDonald's or anything like that of having, like, don't get me wrong, you don't sign in at those places, so there's a little less trackability.
Yep.
But I haven't even heard of the employees testing positive, because that has to be published and everything like that employee, and because then it's like the other employees are also at risk. I haven't heard of any of that.
No.
It's because I'm telling you, maybe I'm a little fucking off my rocker, but I think that machine.
I don't think you're wrong, no.
Because it's not like when we went out to eat a couple times during COVID.
Yeah.
Like not super recent, but like within the past few months. And
Yeah.
both cases, the place ended up pretty busy, and
Yeah.
that machine was being handed around to everyone and not cleaned in between each person.
Definitely not.
I'm willing to bet that's why. Like you can't just tap your card and be gone.
Man,
Oh, by the way,
Ryan, I will give you this. You do not come up with many plausible theories on this show.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think so. Anywhere that you've got to fucking hold that shit. For American fans or people listening and international, in Canada, you can just take your debit card out and tap it on the debit machine, and you can make your payments that way up to a certain amount
Yeah.
Per transaction or per day. Usually you can set it. It's in like $100 to $300 area maximum sort of deal.
Up to $250 now in most places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Americans, you can't tap there.
Really?
No,
I didn't know that.
even the chip is like not a common thing.
They're still swipers.
Swipers. Yeah.
When a vaccine is available, like, what's the timeline for you on getting the vaccine? Like, as soon as
I want to watch the politicians get it first. The ones that are telling us we have to get it, I want to see them get it.
Yeah.
You do it. Lead by example.
How do you know, though? How would you even know in that situation?
That they actually took it or just say they did?
Yeah. Can I tell you something that's kind of scary to me?
Yes.
So we know the first people to get it are going to be our frontline workers.
Yeah.
So, and not even just frontline, like our healthcare workers. Yeah. So our healthcare workers are going to get the vaccine first. What, like, super conspiracy theory, what if there is something fucky with the vaccine?
Like it works now, but doesn't later?
Or does something to our healthcare workers? Can you imagine if all the healthcare workers get vaccinated?
Like they drink the Kool-Aid and all drop dead?
And then they're all fucked.
And then we don't have anyone to take care of us because they're the ones with the knowledge?
Because there's no medical experts.
We're going to have to start reading books. Well, the Google answers are still out there, and there's some truth in there.
Books.
You know what I mean?
The issue is, okay, so sure. For a lot of things, we could probably just Google it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? What if you need, like cancer treatment?
Yeah.
I don't think you could Google the answer on how to give someone chemo.
Well, I'm sure the machines at the hospital come with a user manual, right? I mean, I'm stretching here, but
there's doses for each individual person, or like how to do radiation therapy and stuff. Like, so both my mom and my aunt are nurses, and my aunt worked in, I want to say aunt, but I feel like you're gonna fucking chastise me for it.
I say aunt.
Okay, so my aunt is a nurse as well, but she spent a long time in what's the fucking word I'm looking for?
Don't know.
Dialysis?
Sure, that's a word. It's not the word you're looking for, but it's a word.
Yeah, like when you sit in the machine.
Yeah.
Or you sit in the big chair and there's like that crazy
That might
machine
be the word
you.
you're looking for. Fuck if I know.
But so she did that, and then as well, I used to take my nan for her cancer treatments. And man, I saw them like doing stuff with the machine. Like the machine. There's no fucking way, unless you're trained on how to do it, could you figure it out. It's so complex. When I was watching them do stuff,
I thought it was simple. Blood goes in, blood goes out. Blood goes in, blood goes out.
Now that's, yeah. Is that how chemotherapy works? It's a transfusion? I don't know.
I think pretty much it's like it takes blood out of one arm sort of thing, filters it to some extent, and puts it back in. Like, I think that's the short version of it.
What about something so simple as like you cut your foot and you get an infection in it? What antibiotics do you need?
I don't know. I did see this one episode of The Walking Dead where he took out a hatchet.
I'm surprised you watched an episode of The Walking Dead.
I saw the first 4 seasons, like every episode.
No, man, he did not get an infection and cut off his foot.
He got bit. That was the infection. So they cut his leg off.
Okay, so when we cut your leg off, how do we properly treat it? How do we keep it from getting infected again? We couldn't even keep a little cut on your toe from not getting infected.
You take an iron.
Yeah.
You get it real fucking hot. And I think it's called Cauterize. That's the word.
I think you're making it sound.
Used to be a sick fucking band called Cauterize.
Really?
Oh yeah, I played a show or two with them.
Cauterized or cauterized?
Cauterized.
Did they sound like this?
Yes. They were that kind of band.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm definitely good. Once I see like a bunch of healthcare workers, like my mom is gonna have to get the vaccine super early.
Yeah.
And my aunt. So I'll see what happens with them. And I mean, they're in their 50s. They lived a life. If they die, they die. You know.
I think that's going to get to a point that, like, that might end up being just what happens. It's like, you got to sacrifice the elderly. Because they're the most vulnerable, right? Like,
they are.
Infants don't seem to be even catching it. Like,
dude, imagine if it's like this fucked up thing where it kills everybody, like, say, 18 and over. And the world just becomes like Lord of the Flies.
So why is it that like younger people aren't getting it? Like
they do get it. There's been cases.
It's just rare.
It's much more unlikely. And like the chances of it being severe are very
I
slim.
wonder why it's for younger. Is it because your immune system's a little more fresh and still has a little pep in its step, or what?
I'm not sure. Honestly,
I wonder if
I
it's
think
because
it's
you're
because
that.
it attacks more immunocompromised people.
Do you think it would have anything to do with the fact that younger children and younger
Oh,
kids
nice.
are they're vaccinated?
So heavily.
Like they're given vaccines, and those vaccines that are for something completely unrelated, maybe they're just still fresh enough in their systems that it also kind of does like double duty.
Maybe.
And it's been, adults, it's been much longer since they've been vaccinated. In some cases, never.
Dude, I haven't had a vaccine since swine flu.
Swine flu, H1N1.
Yeah.
I haven't since well before that. I was in, I think, high school.
You must. Was there a vaccine?
No, sorry,
for
I
SARS?
had a TB. I did get a TB vaccination.
Tuberculosis.
Yes, I did get one of those in 2012.
Did you have to get one for SARS?
No.
What happened with SARS? I can't remember. You lived in Toronto in the thick of it.
Well, I lived in Ontario, but yeah, we basically a bunch of people got sick, had a bad cough. I don't know how many people actually died. I think not many.
I think it was only like.
It was like,
I want to say like a couple of dozen.
yeah, it was only 25 or something like that. Like in at least regionally local. Maybe in Asia or something it was way worse, but locally it wasn't bad at all. All things considered. And then they had a pretty wicked concert.
I think SARS is a similar virus to Corona.
It's like COVID-17 or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. And but the thing with SARS is it was much more lethal, but much less contagious.
Yeah, it didn't live on surfaces. Like if I have the Rona, I can cough on something. It'll stay there for like several days if I understand right.
Yeah, I think they've disproved that it's that long now. But I think it is like still it's hours though now.
First, I
they
yell
found
at
it was
people at the
days.
grocery store. If I see people grab something off the shelf just to like read the ingredients or like the cooking instructions or anything like that, I'll tell them right to their face in the aisle, nope, that's yours now. It goes in your cart. It goes home with you.
Yeah.
Like I've told people that before. I got a lady kicked out of a fucking grocery store for taking tomatoes and putting them back.
That's your COVID touch.
Yeah, that was when the masks weren't mandatory at that point either.
Man, that was like, I know we look back on everything in hindsight, but this is something that's funny because it's moved so quickly. But we can really look back at the period where we still had no masks and look back on it and be like, that was kind of dumb.
I don't know if it would have changed anything though.
No, because that's when everything
at least
was
locally,
still
I
starting
don't
to
think it
chill
would've.
out again.
Yeah. Locally, I don't think it would have changed it. Even if they made the mandatory masks like in April when we were still in like the thickest of parts, I still don't think it would have made much of a difference.
What do you think about
The mandatory lockdowns that they did for all non-essential work, I think that was the biggest step. However, there was so many fucking loopholes for what was considered essential. Basically, all you did is screw over waitresses and shoe repairs and like dry cleaning. Like everything else was deemed essential.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing else.
What do you think the holidays are going to be like this year?
Oh, they're gonna be fucked.
What do you really like?
I don't think people will adhere to it.
I know we usually spend some portion of the holiday together.
Yeah, you never came over last Christmas and randomly drank in the middle of the day. Remember that time I did a couple years ago? You came over, you watched WrestleMania with me. I was doing like Jaeger bombs and drinking beer after beer. Like I got fucking loaded alone during the day.
What we should do this year is we should do like another like nice Sunday dinner. Like, what do you do
Christmas
on
even on a
Christmas Day?
Sunday? What do I do?
Yeah.
Usually play Call of Duty, watch wrestling, get drunk.
You don't go over to your dad's house or anything?
No, fuck that.
Man, one year you went over to like your cousin's house or something,
No,
and he said it was a bunch of bald Edens in a hot tub.
no, I visited. I didn't even live here then. I visited.
Oh.
And it wasn't at Christmas. We had like a late Christmas, so it was I guess Christmas, but it was like in middle of January. This was back in
Is it
2014.
just a bunch of yous?
Yeah, except I think believe it or not, I am the one that makes the most sense, the most well-spoken. Yes, most well-spoken. And I'm the tallest, and I'm probably the most intelligent.
You don't give yourself enough credit. You're a very intelligent person.
Yeah, I know. I like to play. I like to
You're
play
a
the
smart
fucking
person.
retard
You like
line.
to play the dumb card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the holidays are going to be strange. We're supposed to have Stephanie's parents up for the holidays.
Stephanie's parents supposed to. It ain't gonna happen.
I don't
no.
think it's going to happen.
No.
But what we were saying.
So who's breaking the news to Stephanie? You gonna let them do it, or are you gonna be like,
so
Stephanie, just so
bad.
you know, like if they do come here, they ain't staying here. They can quarantine their asses
They
at the
getting
holiday
their COVID
fucking
asses
inn.
out of here. Yeah, man. I honestly, I hope it opens up in time that they can still come up, but I doubt it.
How long ago from now is that realistically? 3 weeks? Because then the 4th week will be the Christmas week.
Yeah, we're less than a month out from Christmas.
Yeah.
It'll all be over this time next month.
Christmas would be, yeah, it would
All
be
be
over by
gone.
now. Boxing Day would have been yesterday.
Man, do you know what's really funny? Like, we can talk about this on the podcast because Stephanie's never going to listen. But Stephanie's birthday is Boxing Day.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what I'd like to do? Obviously, we can't have like a big party.
You know what you should do some year?
What?
To forget her birthday.
No, dude. She has some serious PTSD about that.
Oh, someone did it once?
I don't think they forgot her birthday, but I don't think her birthday's ever been important.
No. There's a day,
No,
you know,
it's never mattered.
there's the day before that when Jesus was fucking born. That's just a touch more important.
Yeah. So last year, what happened last year? No, the year before, my parents were in town. So Christmas Day, like we did our thing and all that shit. And then my parents, after everybody went to sleep, went back downstairs and took down a lot of the Christmas decorations and put up like all happy birthday decorations for Stephanie. Yeah, because my dad.
That happened last year?
No, not last year, the year before.
That was the year you came over here.
No, that was the year before that.
I've known you that long?
Dude, we've been friends we'll be friends 5 years in March, I think.
No, well, it was like March of 2018.
No, sorry, we'll be friends.
17.
17.
Final answer, 17.
Yeah.
So it's 4
4
years.
years. Yeah.
All right.
It was the first Christmas that we were friends that I came over to your house when it was Stephanie's parents who were here.
Yeah, that's right. And it was just me just crushing Miller Genuine Draft, drinking Jägermeister.
I think that's the day the WrestleMania quizzes started. If I
Maybe.
remember correctly.
Yeah, maybe.
I just sat there for like 45 minutes.
I don't
asking
really,
about
I don't remember.
WrestleMania.
We'll put it this way. I have so little memory of that day because I was just,
WrestleMania 19.
Yeah?
Main event.
so it wasn't the final match, but it was the main event is The Rock versus Austin 3. They main evented 3 WrestleManias, even though this one technically wasn't the main event.
I'll give you that. And where was it?
Safeco Stadium in Seattle, Washington. Safeco Field, I think it might be, not stadium. It's Safeco. Definitely, definitely, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, you are correct. Safeco Field.
Don't ask me how many people there, but I could take a wild guess and say probably it's a baseball stadium, so they had the floor as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a solid like 72,000 people there.
No, you're pretty off on the attendance.
Oh yeah, 686 then.
54.
That's it.
Yeah.
In a baseball, I wonder if it doesn't have 4 sides.
Maybe. A lot of baseball fields don't.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't like baseball.
Yeah, baseball sucks.
Boring.
But yeah, so my dad's birthday is December 28th. So I think he sympathizes with Stephanie a little bit. And yeah, so my parents did that.
Your parents did that for her.
Man, my parents like her way better than me.
They're better than you. All
Yeah,
right, cool.
definitely. Yeah, I'm not the golden child.
I could see why.
Dude, I had something else I wanted to ask you about. But yeah, the holidays. We should definitely do something fun over the holidays.
Oh, we'll figure it out. Maybe what day of the week is a fucking...
Man, do you know what would be fun? If one day over the holidays,
What day of the week is Christmas Day?
Friday, I think.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah,
I'm going to pull up
pretty
a calendar.
confident. Yeah, we're off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm off a lot longer than that. I have a ton of vacation.
Right.
Yeah, it is a Friday. Yeah. I don't know which direction that burp went.
What the fuck was
I don't know what
that?
direction that went. I breathed out, but I felt like the air coming in. I felt it hit that little punching bag in the back of my throat. I felt the burp hit that, but I breathed out anyway.
Do you know what we should do? We should celebrate traditional Tibbs Eve this year. Especially if
Someone was
Stephanie's
explaining
parents
this Tibbs Eve to me. What is this fucking
Yeah.
shit? That's the day before Boxing Day?
are here. No, it's the day before
Day before
Boxing Day,
Christmas
Day,
Eve, I mean. So like the
dumbass.
December 23rd
Yeah,
is
so
Tibbs Eve?
December 20th.
That's not fucking Tibbs Eve. That's Festivus for the rest of us, all right? That's an annual airing of grievances.
Okay, listen.
There's
Newfoundland's
way-
its own thing.
Yeah. Well, fuck Newfoundland. There's way more people that are Seinfeld heads than there are Newfoundlanders.
So Tibbs Eve.
Okay, why is it called Tibbs? Who's Tibbs? Virgil
Uh,
Tibbs, the black cop.
I can't remember why it's called Tibbs Eve. That's a sin for me. But so Tibbs Eve, December 23rd, is the night you go out and you party with all your friends, get fucking shit-faced, because then Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day, you have to spend with your family.
Okay.
So that's the night. Like, the parties in St. John's, Newfoundland on Tibbs Eve downtown are fucking wild.
Lit.
They fly in like DJs and stuff. Like, it's crazy. The best Tibbs Eve party I ever went to. Have you ever heard of a DJ, Jesse Marco?
No.
Have you ever seen the movie Project X?
Yes.
So he's the DJ in that movie.
Like the person that acted it or that made the music.
The person that he made all the music for it.
What about Steve Aoki?
I'm sure Steve Aoki did music for it as
Because
well.
I'm pretty sure he did a bunch of it.
So Jesse Marco did a portion of the music for it, and he's the DJ at the party, and he's a real life DJ,
Okay.
and his shows are great. Like, just a very high energy event. First time I ever went to like a good DJ set was his set on
Dude, that was
Tibbs
such a
Eve,
good movie, actually.
2011, I want to say. And it was the first time I went to like a concert like that or a set like that, where it was just an unexplainable party atmosphere. Like, when you went in there, it was in this club called Club One. It's pretty good size. Like, capacity is probably 650 people.
Okay.
It was blocked. Like, drinks were cheap. Everybody was going crazy. And, you know, I get up front and I'm like fucking partying and dancing, have a good time. And Jesse Marco and like his crew or whatever come out. And man, they're like going around with the fucking super soakers filled with vodka. And like people are just opening their mouths at the fucking front of the stage. And they're just running along with like 60s. And yeah, dude, it was like, after that, so I would have been 22 when I went to that. That was the first DJ set I went to, and I had like a 3-year stretch after that where every opportunity to see a good DJ, took advantage of it, because that was just, that atmosphere is so fucking fun.
Exciting.
It's the best. And like, I was there with a lot of friends, like I had a lot of fun female friends there. And man, sometimes a lot of dudes are I don't know if it's like an insecurity thing or like something along that line, but they won't get up and like dance and have a good time. But man, when you're like up dancing and having a good time, with like,
That's why you
6
need
or
to
7
bring your
good-looking
friend
women.
Molly.
100%. Yeah. So that first set I went to, like, I was on XC that night.
Oh, fuck
And it was great. My body was like fucking vibrating. I was just slamming like vodka waters, just getting fucked up. And man, what a wonderful night. It was so much fun. There was this one girl I met up with there in particular. Yeah, I'll just say her name, whatever. She's super nice. She's the most chill girl ever. Her name's Rebecca Longfee.
What? You didn't need to say her last name.
I didn't need to say her last name. Her name's Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
She's like such a sweet human and introduced me to like more party scenes. And then for the next couple of years, like, I didn't hang out with her all the time, but we made it a point if we knew we were both downtown or at the same set to like hang out and have a few drinks and have some fun. And yeah, what a cool few years she introduced me to. It was fucking incredible.
Everyone's got to do it once.
Oh, dude, yeah. To just like enjoy it and have friends you can enjoy it with is really important too. Like, I found like that atmosphere really lends itself to like having your friends at your party and having fun with. But when you're in that atmosphere, it turns into one big party and like everybody's having a good time. And you can say hey to almost anybody and do a shot with almost anybody.
I love that, man. Meeting friends and like meeting people in a lineup for a bar, doing
Yeah.
shots in line for the drinks.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, I've done it so many times. I remember at a Veld one time in Toronto, we were standing in line. This was when Deadmau5 was setting up his set. And his set isn't just like lights go out, all of a sudden they throw a new USB stick in and fucking up he comes
Yeah.
with the fucking thing on his head. Like, he has like this whole cube thing that goes on. So his set is 100% different than the rest of the acts that day.
Yeah.
So while that's all being set up, I was in like a somewhat like a short line, but very very slow moving line.
Yeah.
At the liquor tent, and then I acknowledged like, oh, there's this random old guy that's like near the front, but he's not progressing at all.
Yeah.
And he just keeps making friends with whoever's there and buying shots to do with them. So it's slowing things down. So he's like a repetitive, nonstop customer. He's doing his drinking in line. So he's just like constantly there. And I first of all, I have to tip my hat to him because that's a fucking legendary idea. Eventually I clue into this and I'm like, well, fuck, man. Like, I want to get my fucking drinks into me so I can go pop some more shit and fucking be rolling by the time Dead Mouse is fucking, you know what I mean? Before the bass hits, before the snare starts coming on.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I go talk to this guy. Turned out he lived real close nearby, like near where the festival happens, like on like the first road there, like to the point where he could fucking hear the party from his balcony, basically.
Yeah.
He lived there, just broke up with his wife. Like they just got divorced.
Oh, shit.
And he had no idea this party was happening. He was an older guy too. Like I'd put him in his like late mid 50s.
No way.
And he didn't know this thing was happening, this festival. He just saw a bunch of people parked on the side of the roads and buses and just Ubers and everything. And people just like flooding the sidewalks, like going towards the event that day. So he decided to just go out and talk to a random person, ask him where everyone's going. They explained it to him, and he's like, do you think I can buy a ticket at the gate? And he's just like, yeah. So in his words, he said, fuck it. In his like normal, just like hanging out Sunday, like afternoon fucking clothing.
Yeah.
He decided to run in, grab his wallet, come back out in his like fucking hangout clothes and just follow the crowd, bought a ticket, comes in and he starts buying drinks for everyone because he hadn't been able to let loose in forever because the fucking cunt was always wearing him down.
Yeah.
And anyway,
he had starts the time of his life.
Me and him start going for it too. We're both buying fucking shots for ourselves, for each other, for people in line. And like, we just started getting fucking demolished right there. And I'm telling you, there was like, I don't know how I lived through this night. Like, it was incredible. It was just like, I must have taken 15 shots. Now, don't get me wrong. When you're at festivals and concerts and shit and you can buy shots, they're never ounce and a half shots. They're like maybe like 0.75 or half ounce shots, and still the cost of 3 shots. So like, money's going quick. The shots aren't coming fast. So, but like, man, I probably drank just the shots. If you add up my portion, probably half a 26er of Jaeger and rum and tequila in this. Half a 26er's worth. So
fuck,
that's 26 ounces. So 13 ounces. I probably ended up having to myself. Plus, I was double fisting my own drinks, and I just stood there in line with that. Holy fuck, that was the greatest, man. That was fucking awesome.
Stuff like that is just the best. That's so that same year, the same year I saw Jesse Marco for the first time. So that's Tibbs Eve. We have a great fucking party, and then Christmas Eve, and then Christmas morning. So again, I'm 22. So I go over to my parents' house for Christmas morning, and my parents surprise me with concert and plane tickets to leave the next morning to go see Alexis on Fire, one of their final shows at the Sound Academy in downtown Toronto.
I know the Sound Academy.
Yeah, and my dad like wanted me to have this super cool trip, so he booked me at the Weston Harbor Castle.
Yep.
So like beautiful hotel, super cool. Apparently that's where the Stones stay when they're in Toronto. Very nice place. So just gave me like this really cool experience, but I was going by myself. But same kind of thing, like we were in the line waiting to get into the Sound Academy, and I just started talking to these two guys who were friends, Ryan O'Rourke, and I can't remember the other guy's name. Didn't get in contact with him. But this Ryan guy, like I still have him on social media and stuff to this day. Like we don't talk or anything. But yeah, it was pretty fucking cool, man. It was like, made some friends.
Fucking right.
Yeah, and Monine was the surprise opener.
Monine was the surprise. That's a pretty big name for a surprise.
Yeah, and at this point, Monine hadn't played a show in over a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are they even still around? Are still band?
No, they're not a band anymore.
Oh, they were fun.
They were so good.
First band I ever crowd surfed to.
Oh, man. Monine are one of my favorites. That was the second time I had seen Monine, and I think at that point, that was the 5th time I saw Alexis on Fire. But then the next night, Cancer Bats was a surprise opener. But I like Monine better than Cancer Bats.
Yeah, I like the Cancer Bats better, but Monine was probably a better band. More, much cleaner music too. Like as far as like how tight and like consistent they were, and
Oh yeah, dude.
good
Like,
tuning.
yeah, just a really, really
They
tight
deserved
band,
to be a much
well
bigger
done.
band than they were. In my opinion, they should have been almost at Simple Plan level.
That's
like
what I was going
good
to say.
they were.
And how accessible their music was.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Cancer Bats and
Radio
Alexis
friendly,
on
too.
Fire. Yeah, they're not radio friendly music.
No.
But Alexis somehow has garnered, like, I feel like Alexis on Fire to Canada is like our special thing.
I feel like Alexis on Fire just had a better agent.
No, they're the same label and everything.
Yeah, but the agent that gets you shit, I think that's.
Oh.
I think that they just had a better agent because they did not have
Well,
appealing music.
I
or
think
anything.
the spin-off of Dallas Green was a big thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alexis have stayed like very relevant though. My friend just saw him in Edmonton at Rexall Place.
Yeah, because they just did a tour like a year ago or something.
Yeah, with what's that fucking missus' name? She was married to Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age.
I don't know.
Distillers?
Distillers. Brody?
Yeah.
Oh, she was married to Tim Armstrong from Rancid.
Then she was married to Josh Homme from
Oh,
Queens of
really?
the Stone Age. Yeah.
Oh, fuck her.
Distillers were opening for Alexis on that tour. And he saw him at Rexall Place, and he said he figures it wasn't a full stadium, it was half stadium.
Yeah, okay.
But he figures there was probably like 15, 20,000 people there, easy.
It's still a good chunk of change.
Oh, man, that's a lot of fucking people.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is I think Alexis have just become like very Canadian love.
Yeah.
Much like kind of like Tragically Hip type thing. Not to that level, obviously.
I don't know why people like the hip.
I love the hip.
I don't, man. Like they don't. The music doesn't do it for me.
Does
Like,
Alexis do it for you?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing bad to say about him because it's closer to like what I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
But I've
Just
never
not your
been
thing.
a huge fan of Alexis on
That's
Fire.
fine.
Don't got a thing bad to say about him. They're just not my cup of tea. Same with the hip. I can't say a bad thing about him. Just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's fun.
But if I
completely
had to drink a cup of tea, it'd be Alexis on Fire's tea.
For sure.
If that makes any sense.
I find the hip for me is like very, it's nostalgic music. Like it's what my parents listen to a lot. And the very first concert I went to, like that wasn't like fucking Fred Penner. I would have been 11 or 12 years old.
Fred fucking Penn.
I know, right? And my dad took me to see the hip. Because they were the first band that played the new stadium called Mile 1 that opened in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been 11 or 12. And my dad took me to go see them and then got super into them after that. But they're great. Like
I saw them live once, I think.
Oh, man, they've played so many big festivals.
That's where I think I saw one. I can't remember. I think it was at SARS stock that I saw them.
They did play that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it would have been like I was there for AC/DC
Yeah, Stones.
and the Stones.
Yeah, man, like the hip, they're just great, like cabin music. If you're out around a campfire, throw on a couple hip songs, like it's just good vibe. But do you think there's a band now? So I think the most important bands to Canada were probably the Hip and Rush.
Bands? Yeah, Rush.
Yeah.
I'd say Rush for sure. Man, like
I think Rush is the biggest globally, but I think the Hip meant the most to like Canada.
oh, for sure. Man, fans listen to music,
Yeah.
musicians listen to Rush.
That's fair. Yeah.
That is how you say that.
100%.
Yeah. And then followed by Avril Lavigne.
Is the Queen of Canada.
She's the Queen of Canada. Fuck Celine. It's all about Lavigne. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a band currently on the rise or a band that exists that's going to take that position as like being a Canadian gem, like a band that's universally loved? And for even
Not
like,
Canadian. I can't even think of an example of one that has like a long shot chance.
and like even for someone like
Sum
you
41.
who wasn't a big fan of the Hip, like if someone turned their music on, you're like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'll have some beers to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think a band I don't think Sum 41's it.
I think they're probably the next in line for the biggest bands to come out of Canada that I can think of. Like they were fucking huge back in the day. Dude, they're still big.
Yeah, but they're not like Nickelback big.
Oh,
But-
there's your answer.
But I don't
Nickelback.
think. But Nickelback's not important to Canada.
No one's important to Canada. James Cameron.
No, not like getting what I'm saying.
What am I saying? I don't.
So I'm saying like a lot of the hips music was about Canadian life.
Oh, is it? I couldn't have told you that. I had no idea. That's
Oh,
brand
yeah,
new news to me right now.
That's why I think everybody in Canada loves them so much, is because a lot of their music is about Canada and like historical roots of Canada. So talks a lot about like
Fucking
Irish
birch bark
heritage
canoes
and
and-
English heritage and French heritage.
Really?
And like Indigenous heritage.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And it's like things like they have whole songs about like the Leafs and shit.
The Maple Leafs?
Yeah, like no, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had no clue.
Yes, man. Their music's just it's like about fucking hockey and like boozing and like just all cool Canadian shit.
Zero clue that was a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of their vibe, and I think that's why they were so big to us,
Oh, really?
but didn't really do so well in like the American market.
Not even the slightest of clues I
And
had.
so what I mean is like, do you think there's a band that's going to be massive in Canada and fully supported by Canada
No.
and loves them so much? No, there'll never be. I think you're right. There won't ever be another band for Canada like when they're playing their final show, like it's a national event. Like when the Hit played their final show, like that was fucking massive.
I heard about it. I never watched
It
it.
was huge. It was like aired on CBC.
It was on the night of UFC. So I think I remember watching a UFC event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
At a bar. I remember going to a bar and it was on some TVs, but not on all of them.
Yeah, so it was like on CBC, and then I think the estimated, it's the third or fourth most watched live event in CBC history. And
Number one, 2006 Salt Lake City Olympics? Or
Yeah,
that would have
yeah.
been 2002.
and that's what it's competing with.
Was that 2002?
I'm not sure.
I think it was 2002.
But it basically, that concert was up there with like gold medal Olympic hockey games in viewership, which is,
Wow.
yeah, and that's what I mean about something being like,
I think
So big.
2002 was Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
2006 was Turin, Italy. 2010 was Vancouver.
yeah. And then where was 14?
Sochi.
Sochi. Oh, right. There was supposed to be an Olympics this year, wasn't there?
Yeah, in Japan or something. The Olympics.
No,
those were Summer Olympics.
Your years are off.
What you talking about off? My years aren't off. Your years are off.
No, what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Why don't it make no sense?
Because this year wasn't supposed to be Winter Olympics. It was supposed,
to be Summer Olympics.
Yeah, so then that means 2014 would have been Summer Olympics. Not, whoa, wait, what year is this?
Summer 14 was Sochi.
Oh, yeah, I'm a dummy. Wait, so
or winter 2014. Was it not Sochi?
oh, right. So what was 2018?
Oh, wait. No, it could have been Sochi because Russia wasn't allowed to compete. Remember? They weren't allowed to. They got banned. They were Olympic athletes from Russia, not Russian athletes.
Dude, we missed the Olympics for 1 year, and it's so fucking far.
But we
from
missed
our
a
mind.
Summer Olympic this year. That's what we missed, 100%.
Yeah, Olympics 2020 were supposed to be in Japan.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Now it's happening in 2021. Where were they too in 2018?
2018,
Oh, Pyeongchang.
China, Korea,
Yes.
same thing. Ooh, just don't tell them that.
Yeah, you're rude. Where was 2016?
I'm burping a lot tonight. These Heinekens.
Oh, 2016 was Brazil.
Yes, that was the polluted one.
2014 was Sochi.
Aha!
The most boring.
It was
racetrack on the
2016 that
F1
they had the
calendar.
Olympic athletes from Russia
Yes.
for all the ped testing and shit.
What a fucking bunch of animals, man. Let's just drug our whole team.
And encourage it.
Man, did you hear the top Iranian nuclear scientist got assassinated? in
The
Iran?
top Iranian what?
nuclear scientist. Their head,
Fuck.
their head of nuclear development.
God damn it, Travis. The word is pronounced nuclear. Nuclear.
What did I say?
Nuclear. It's nuclear.
Nuclear.
There you go.
Nuclear. What did I say?
You said nuclear.
Nuclear.
Yeah, that ain't the word.
What's the word?
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
There you go. Spell it.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. Exactly.
But anyways, so their head
Holy
scientist
fuck!
got
God damn it, that was fucking painful.
got assassinated today in Iran, and they're blaming it on
COVID?
terrorists,
Ooh.
Iranian like terrorists.
That happened today?
But they think they're backed by the Israeli government.
That happened today.
Yeah, that happened. It's big. Well, I don't know how big, but they think that
The Israeli government? That's fucking brave. Those guys couldn't win shit.
no, basically. So okay, I have a very loose understanding of this. I apologize if I fuck it up. I was listening to the news on my way here, and this is what they were talking about. So, America has been positioning warships and B-52 bombers within Israel and within other allied countries around Iran.
Okay.
And so, what seems to be the theory is the people who assassinated this guy, who had a crazy security team around him, are trying to start a war between Israel and Iran. But an Israeli war versus Iran would just basically be America versus Iran. Because Israel is America's ally.
Yes.
Like, very close.
I wonder
ally.
how Turkey would feel about all this.
I don't know. Who would Turkey probably support Iran?
Probably. No, they give Israel all the beachfront, so they're gonna help them. They're nice enough to give them the beachfront. They're gonna help
They
them.
gave it to him.
Well, they let them have it.
Man, their F1's in Bahrain this week, and they might get fucking
Yeah, it is in fucking dude.
getting heavy.
I have an update about that psycho lady in the building. By the way,
Oh, do tell.
remember the old lady that I think that fucks?
Give us a quick recap.
So a few weeks back, I was telling you a story about this psycho lady that I like to avoid in the hallways. She's actually a very nice lady. Can't say anything bad about her other than the fact that she fucking annoys me. She's just annoying. Always wants to talk. All
Yeah.
this. She's fucking.
Does she like sucking dick, do you think?
No, I don't think she does enough. Because so what happened was, as a quick recap, one morning I was leaving, and as I was leaving, walking down the hall, some other old lady came down, knocked on a door of said apartment, and then like turned and booked it pretty much. Like an old lady, seeming to play Nicky Nine Door, basically. I get on the elevator with her, and she's going down, and she outwalked me. I'm 6'4", and I got long fucking legs. I take big steps, and I take fast steps. I was also in a little bit of a hurry that day, so I was moving. And she was fucking outrunning me to get in her car and fucking leave. And then as soon as I'm pulling out of the underground garage, I see the guy show up at the bottom of the elevator that lives in the apartment that she knocked on the door. I also know his wife. So I know who these people are, this old couple. And they're like old. Like I'm talking, they've probably been retired for 20 years.
Okay, just to figure out how old he is, how short would his shorts have to be before his nuts hang out?
Knees.
Like he could easily sit on his nuts.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. And it's kind of funny because whenever I've seen him in the hallways and stuff, thankfully I haven't a whole lot since COVID. I've only seen him a handful of times. But before that, I used to have the same schedule as him. I'd leave in the same time in the morning as him. We'd ride the elevator all the damn time. Like,
yeah,
I'm done it 3-4 times a week. He had the most like animated cough when he would be like clearing his throat cough. Like, you know, when people go to clear the throat or whatever.
Old man cough.
He'd be like, it was so fucking exaggerated. Yeah, pretty much. Motorboat noise. But so I see this guy come out and I'm like, oh my God. So this old woman knocked on their door, basically ran to the elevators, got her ass in her car and took off right away. And then all of a sudden he was following along not long after. So my little theory is his wife is annoying because she doesn't just annoy me. She probably annoys him too. And he's out fucking around on her is the theory that I have.
Do you think they're smashing at the fucking motel at the bottom of the road? They do hourly.
Yeah, that's the theory that you came up with. And I thought they just kept meeting at a local place for coffee or something.
Yeah. Wait, you have an update. What's the update?
Yeah, so the update is
the wife died.
No, got off the elevator. This was about a week ago. I get off the elevator, I'm walking down the hallway, and with zero warning, and I'm a silent walker, I'm a ninja walker. Like I've got like if I had a perk to pick, it'd be ninja. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear my footsteps when I walk. That's part of me.
Probably why you keep a sword in your car.
Bingo. So I'm walking down the hallway, and out of nowhere, that woman pops out of the door and says, "Hello!" And but like not like an opened the door like she was leaving, and as I was walking by and just saw me and said hello, she grabbed two hands, like the door was already open. She grabbed two hands in the door frame, pulled herself out, and just her head popped out, and hello. I'm like, whoa, you kind of freaked me out. She's like, oh, hey. And I'm just like, she's like, how are you doing? And I just kept walking. I'm like, yeah, okay. Kept going. That's fucking weird.
Right.
That freaks me out. That's number one. Then the next time, this was at like an absurd time of night. I got a random craving for McDonald's. So I was like going for McDonald's, like, I don't know what, it must have been 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And that's really fucking late. That's the 2 a.m. in real, like normal everyday person life is like
Definitive sleepy time.
yeah, that's like the middle of the fucking night for an old person that goes to bed at 9 p.m., you know?
Actually, technically, that's getting close to wake up time for them, probably.
If anything, it's probably closer. You're right.
Yeah.
I get out. I'm like, I always wear like actual like jeans or something, and like I dress up to leave in my hallway.
So even if you're only staying in your car and you're gonna go get McDonald's, what will you wear at 2:00 in the morning?
That's what I'm saying. I dress different at that time of day. Like I just wore track pants and a t-shirt. Like even though it was cold and rainy out, I just wore a t-shirt because I wasn't getting out of my car. I was like, I'll be warm
And you
the
have
whole time.
underground parking.
Yeah, exactly. I'm walking down the hallway, and as I'm standing there waiting for the elevator, she starts fucking walking down the hallway, but like doing a speed walk and soaking wet in sweat. She had fucking like the sandbags on her ankles and everything like that. And she's fucking moving. She's like, oh, hello. And I'm just like, whoa, it's a little late. And she said, I'm just doing my laps. And then she just kept on going. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Like, this is so weird.
She's working out at 2 o'clock in the
working
morning?
out at like 2 a.m. doing cardio, walking back and forth down the fucking hallway. Like, it was weird. You know the weird thing? So, like, I'm not really thinking of it out until just now, but I've got like probably 150-foot walk between my apartment door and the elevator. Like, I've got I'm down the hall, you know?
Sure.
I could smell some degree of BO on my walk down the hall, but I just put a shirt on because I was sitting at my house shirtless. I put a shirt on and I kind of just thought it was me and thought nothing of it. But then when I got to the elevator and then she fucking went by, it was fucking her. It was her stink that I was smelling.
Going back and forth.
Yes. Like, how fucking weird is this? This woman's getting fucking weirder, man.
What the fuck?
And then, and since that day, I haven't seen her since. Not at all. I haven't seen her. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen the
How long
Nicky
has that
Nine
been?
door. Probably about a week, maybe 10 days. Like, not too long.
Not too crazy.
But long enough that it's
Like, there's probably not a decaying corpse.
no, since I've been introduced to them living in this building,
Yeah.
I think this is without question the longest gap I've ever went without seeing them, unless I was away on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, this is
That's
the longest I've
strange.
ever. It's
what a
fucking
strange
weird.
person.
They're completely fucking.
What
weird.
did you get at McDonald's?
It would have been a double quarter pounder with cheese always,
Yeah.
or as I like to call it, a supermodel with a yeast infection.
Gross. Do you supersize your fries?
Never, once in my life have I ever done that.
How do you eat your fries?
I put them in my mouth. No, I don't dip them.
Okay.
Not McDonald's fries, like big, like home cut fries. I'll dip them in mayo or something like that, or like ranch and hot sauce mixed together. But McDonald's fries, no. I've never dipped ketchup. I don't own ketchup. Never bought
What
ketchup.
do you have to drink?
You know what? I don't even know
Fruitopia.
where do you buy ketchup in a grocery store? Like, I'm guessing it's in the condiment aisle, but right beside like salad dressing and all that.
Yeah.
Never bought ketchup. Don't know this.
Like right by like mustard and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I buy mayonnaise. I'm a mayonnaise guy,
Very close to.
and I've never noticed ketchup there, but I've also never looked.
They're not far away from each
Oh
other.
no shit.
Fruitopia for the drink?
No, I get iced tea and rarely drink them.
Oh.
Another iced tea sitting over there.
And where did I want to go with this? Oh, can I tell you something that's going to upset you severely about how I eat my McDonald's French fries?
Do you put them on your burger?
No. Gross.
You dip them in a milkshake?
No. Oh, I do that with Wendy's fries.
Yeah. In the summer when you get a frosty,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the best. So I get McChicken sauce packets, and I open tear the corner off,
Sure.
and each individual fry, I put a little bit of McChicken sauce on.
How the fuck do you eat all the fries? It must take forever.
It takes me so long, but it's so great.
Aren't they cold by then?
Sometimes I'll warm them up halfway in the microwave or something.
You warm up warm fries
Yeah.
because they got cold.
Yeah.
because you're putting chicken sauce on them.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked. that is completely fucked up, man. Oh yeah, that's completely unacceptable. If you ordered your food, like you got a Big Mac and fries, you'd ask for McChicken sauce
Can
or
I
whatever.
get a couple of McChicken packets?
And do they not like? Has no one ever said, "What do you want that for, sir?"
No, everybody knows is the thing.
That's not a thing.
That is a thing. Lots of people do it.
This is a thing.
This is a thing.
People,
Big chicken sauce is fucking clutch. Sometimes I'll do Big Mac sauce.
let's find out if Google can help us out here. Hey Google, do people put McChicken sauce on McDonald's French fries? Come on, Google.
These came back from a search.
Doesn't really say. It says from November 10th to 30th, a portion of the proceeds from every fry sold will be donated. Help families stay close. Support Ronald McDonald House Charity, except for those who put McChicken sauce on their fries. Their fucking money stays with us. Right there. Says it.
You're a bullshitter.
Of course it doesn't say that.
You know what? Can we cue the music?
Yes.
Get ready to impress a chick. Helicopter dick, go helicopter dick. Helicopter dick. All right. To impress a chick, do the helicopter dick.
So recently again, we're coworkers again. And it made me think of something I wanted to ask you. So I personally, I can't remember your answer on this. I think we've talked about it before.
Oh, okay.
But I thoroughly enjoy pooping at work.
I don't.
It's great.
I like having a bidet at home. You know how many times I've
So we
shit
had
at
this
work and I've
conversation.
reached for the handle and it wasn't there? I was like,
Sure.
oh my God, I got to use paper?
All right, we know your bidet obsession. So what is your procedure? Because I know you do shit at work. If you need to shit, you
All the
shit at
fucking
work.
time. I did today.
Yeah.
In fact, I shit 7 guys today. Maybe 8.
It's a lot of jizz.
Well, I fucking ate 5 guys this week twice, and I don't know if I got rid of all of it, but I'm pretty sure I got rid of a huge portion of it.
I pooped twice today at work.
2 times. Which one? Left or right?
Which one? I actually No, I hit the left twice today.
Oh, okay. That's the one I pooped in.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I was the first one to hit it today, though. I got to a cold.
Oh, fuck.
That's the
I like
best.
that one better because it doesn't have that little, like, disposable canister on the wall, you know, for women's stuff.
I didn't even notice that.
The other one does. The one on the right does.
Yeah. Do you think the person in the office next to the bathroom can hear our farts?
No,
This is also
but
still not
there's
my
been
question.
times where no shit came out, but a lot of air, and I know somebody had to hear it.
What is your procedure for sitting on a toilet at work?
I look for droplets with my naked eye while I'm taking my shirt off and shit. If I see droplets, I'll clean the seat with like a wet paper towel and then a dry paper towel. If
Yeah.
I don't see droplets, drawers down and sit down, I do.
Okay. So where I'm going?
Do you build a
with this-
nest? You're a nester, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Troy's
I'm
is a
not,
nester.
I'm not. Is he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fucking weirdo. So I'm always very paranoid of my dick touching the toilet.
Like the inside?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a remedy for that.
Okay.
Sit back a quarter inch.
Man, no, like sometimes it's close. And it's happened before. But so what I've really enjoyed about COVID is I bring my disinfectant in the bathroom with me. And I give the seat a quick spray, give right in that little lip a quick spray, where sometimes my willy touches. And yeah, I'm very paranoid about my dick touching the toilet.
That's a very, you know what? I can't even hate on that. It's very weird, but it makes perfect sense. And in fact, it makes so much sense. I'm disappointed in myself for not doing it.
Yeah, and those
I'm
paper
a bit of a
towels we have
germaphobe.
at work, the paper towel we have at work is perfect for wiping it down and stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
You sit down on a disinfected toilet seat, not worried about shit and piss and
Take your shirt
dick
off yet?
germs. No, and do you know what's funny? So this shirt's a little tight on me.
You have to lift it up to like your stomach, over your stomach.
I don't have to, but I do because I'm, again, paranoid of getting shit and toilet water on my clothes. Yeah, when I was sitting there today taking my second dump after lunch, I was like, man, I get why he unbuttons his shirt and takes it off. It makes perfect sense.
Fuck yeah, man. It's a game changer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing it. But I'm a bit slow in the bathroom anyways. So I'm afraid it'll increase my amount of time I'm in the bathroom by too much.
Yeah, it'll raise some questions. People will start thinking you're jerking it. The washrooms are right near like an exit to the dealership that we work at.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I walk in the door, even though I'm not going to the washroom, I'm just walking in.
Yeah.
Whenever I see both doors closed, and so anyone in the washrooms doesn't know who just walked in the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll make fart noises and be like, oh, oh, oh. I'll make like a weird voice. I'll do it all the time. I'll walk by. I'll be like, oh, 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 and I'll just keep walking. And every now and then I hear giggles. And that's like, you can't fuck with my day enough to bring me down from that high. Like,
Man.
that could happen at 8 a.m. And if I got one little giggle out of that room, then I'm fucking up there for the day, buddy.
Okay, so you know how our back parts counter works?
Yeah.
Like for the technicians?
Yeah.
So in the dealership I worked at in Newfoundland, when I was a parts advisor at one point, I worked on the back parts counter. The way it worked is a little bit different. Like you came in through that door from the shop and there was a hallway.
Okay.
And off to the left-hand side, there was a washroom and like a janitor's closet. And then you got to the parts counter where my computer and stuff was, and that's where I hung out most of the time. And there was this one salesman, man, and he was so fucking funny. He used to go in that bathroom and take a shit. That was everybody's favorite bathroom to shit in. And he used to be fucking calling out to me from the bathroom. And he would just be like, Travis, get the pressure washer. There's shit everywhere. And he would just be saying stuff like that all the time. Travis, call my mom. My bum hurts. It's just like, it was the fucking best, man. Poop humor is the best humor.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's
Do you
one of my favorite activities.
Have we ever had an episode where shit hasn't come up once, do you think?
Well, it is called Dudes Talking Shit.
I know, but we know what what that actually means.
Yeah.
But do you think we've made it ever through an episode where we haven't talked about poop besides an MMA show?
Probably. I don't have any examples, but yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure we did.
Poop comes up a lot.
We should have a poop talk.
Poop dog.
Talk. To
Yeah.
impress a chick, helicopter.
Man, what we need to do for the music for that is we need to find like a children's poop song. Like
We're really happy that you're our friends, and this is the friendship that'll never ever end.
or no, not like that. Almost like there got to be like little songs out there that fucking parents play for their kids when they're trying to like potty train them.
I wonder if there is or not.
That's the music we need, just to be like, we're all little poopers and we do our poopies. Did I just cut the track?
No, but you might have. Potty
Poopers.
training
Oh, potty poopers.
music. Oh my God, there might be.
Oh, dude.
It's called Potty Training Song by Chameleon. 175 million views. That's just a couple. Cocomelon, okay. I get it.
Yo, yeah, cut the track.
Feeling way down low. Just stop what you're doing and
Go, go, go.
This is the fucking best.
Oh, the kid's running to the fucking bathroom holding his shit.
What are you doing? Where did you go? What are you doing?
He did not wash his hands.
Want to know? I went to the party.
And I took a shit.
I went to the party like the big kids do.
Dude, this is fucking gold.
Oh, man,
When
that's
you
fuck-
get a feeling way down low.
What does it say about going to the washroom? Go, go, go.
Go. Man, that's fucking clutch.
Dude.
That's great music.
Yeah.
We need to add, like, I would love to do more, like, themed music segments. You know what I mean? Where we have music to cut into something.
Yeah.
Like, Cock Talk is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. That's the Lonely Island. Thank them for that.
They are so fabulous.
It's that song with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, and Andy
And Andy
Samberg.
Samberg. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
the
ever
one.
watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
What's that?
That's Andy Samberg's like sitcom type show.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
I think you'd really enjoy it. The humor is very you.
I might. There's a few shows I
Very
don't mind.
foolish.
There's like Rookie Blue. I actually don't mind it. I would never like. It's one of those like fucking shows we were talking about earlier. I would never turn it on. Never. Not in a million years. Don't know when it's on. Don't know who's starring it. Nothing. But I've seen a couple of episodes randomly, and I was like, it's not that bad of a show.
Yeah.
Same with NCIS. There's a couple of NCISs. There's different versions of it, and they're not even terrible shows.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is very like kind of a mix of like slapstick and kind of humor.
Ah,
Do you know what I mean?
yes.
It's great. It's very funny.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Wonderful. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and watch The Mandalorian. I'm very excited.
Who the fuck is a Mandalorian, man? I don't fucking understand. Anyway, you can find us on Instagram at Dudes Talking Shit. You can find Ryan on Instagram at Drunk Ryan. Travis on Instagram at
T-Fan 23.
Send them your dick pics.
Later, shitheads.